Please welcome to the stage our Master of Ceremonies for this afternoon, Ben Vereen.
Good afternoon. There are 5 people in the room. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You know something? We are about creative expression. So therefore, being about creative expression, when the Creator allows us to wake up in the morning to do what we got to do, and someone says, good morning, good afternoon, you got to give it a good afternoon like you feel it. Good afternoon. We're here at APAP in order to celebrate who we are. 60 years, you have been doing amazing work for the communities and the world. We are the expression of the Creator's works upon the planet. Hello, do you know who you are? Hello, does anybody know who you are? Wherever you come from, you are in that space. The Creator, call it God, Allah, Buddha, Jesus, Elohim, the higher power. You are the expression of the art in your community, and you're here. Welcome. I'm so excited. Thank you for inviting me back. I guess I passed the audition last year. But thank you for having me back. And Mario asked me to do some, talk to you a little bit before we get started. And what I'd like to talk to you about is the climate. The climate that we are in right now, which is really not a challenge, but an opportunity for us who believe in the arts. Hello, is anybody out there? It's not a challenge. It is an opportunity for us who are the art expression of the Creator to create more art for the world. We need now more than ever to band together and go back to our communities and inspire them to come our way. Because let me tell you something. Yes, I will preach, baby. In this time and in this climate, we must inspire our communities to embrace the theater. Why? Because the arts are the only expression that has kept civilization going all this time. We as warriors of the arts for our communities, we must go and find these young people out there who will keep our legacy going. Believe me, without the arts, there is no life. There is no life. You see, we got to look at yourselves. You wake up in the morning, you are the expression of the art. See, I don't know about you, but in my Bible it says, in the beginning, God created. It did not say, in the beginning, God manufactured. Therefore, we are all creative aspects of that which created us. We're walking, talking art pieces. And that's what we give to our communities. That's what we give back to the theater, which is our platform to express that spiritual power that we all have, and we reach it out to our young people, and they will in turn give it back to us. Now I know that I'm going to not get political, maybe. I saw a lot of you at the DMC. I know a lot of us are sort of like blown, our minds are like, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen now? What's going to happen to the theater? No. What are we going to do for the theater? It's not about the administration. They, believe it or not, work for us. We forget that. What's going to happen to the theater? Let me ask you another question. What are you going to do for the theater? What are you going to do for the theater? Here we are at this beautiful conference. We get together once a year. And what's so beautiful is to see all of you out there in your booths, asking people, giving people cards, spreading the word. It's so exciting. Last year was my first time here, and I went, my God, look at this feast. You out there handing out cards and flyers to keep the word of the arts alive. And by bringing acts to your community, you are doing just that. I want to inspire you to continue the work. Now, more than ever, especially through this administration that we're facing right now, we need the arts. Our community needs to be reminded of who they are. And we, the pioneers and the warriors and the spiritual enforcers of the arts, must let them know. Let us not leave any stone unturned. Let our children see our work, and they in turn will give it back to us in a positive way. I love you. I love you. I love you. I tell you, some years ago, back as a little kid, back in Brooklyn, New York, didn't know what he was going to do in his life, and you came along and said, come this way. And because you said, come this way, I'm standing here talking to you at APAP. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you inspire. And we must continue to inspire. I keep saying, especially through this administration, because we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. But we do know one thing, that the arts is alive and well and living in your communities, living inside of each and every one of you. And we'll take that word and we'll hand it off to somebody. And that somebody will hand it off to another somebody. And this way we'll keep the arts alive. We'll keep promoting the arts in our community and the world. And someday, some child will look up and say, you know what? I want to go that way. See, life itself is an artistic form. As I said in the beginning, God created. That doesn't mean every child is going to be on the stage. Besides, I don't want them to take my job. But they will approach life and whatever endeavor they go into from a more creative expression. Hopefully a positive expression. So, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do. It is noteworthy. Each and every one of you are pioneers, warriors, and spiritual expressors of the arts. Spiritual enforcers of the arts. I'll say that again. Spiritual enforcers of when the night has come on, and the land is dark, and the moon, that's the only light we see. Come on. Oh, we won't be afraid. Why shed a tear? Because I know that APAP is standing up for the performing arts. Everybody stand up for the arts. Come on, everybody. I say, stand up for the arts. Let me hear you. Come on, stand. Oh, stand up for the arts. Let's have a great convention. Stand up for the arts. Stand up for the arts. Let's keep the arts alive. And you and me stand up for the arts. Have a great luncheon. I'll talk to you later. Be blessed. Thank you, dear. Now to get him up there.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. What a wonderful way to begin this afternoon's event. To inspire and energize audiences through creative talent and the spirit of artists, just like Ben Vereen. I would like to take this moment, I know you're all eating, so eat away. I would like to take this moment to welcome everyone to our annual awards ceremony, a time when we come together to celebrate the beliefs and values we share as the APAP community. and to honor contributions of individuals who have achieved so much on behalf of the field. And this year's event is all the more special as we commemorate our 60th year as an organization. Oh, and by the way, I am so pleased to announce that we are now the Association of Performing Arts Professionals. Yes. We are still APAP, and we are the all-inclusive community for presenters and producers and performers and professionals and impresarios who are so committed and work so hard to championing the performing arts in communities across this nation and around the world. In light of our 60th, I would like to recognize two former APAP leaders who are joining us. Sandra Gibson and Susie Farr, please stand and accept our applause. We are surrounded here by stellar field leaders at the luncheon. They are veritable field emperors and empresses, and I love them all. But among us is one whom I would very much like to recognize. In her time at the NEA, she has shown herself to be an incredible leader, an inspiration, and a very talented artist. Please thank our NEA Chair, Jane Chu. So before we begin the festivities, I want to thank once again IMG Artists for continuing to sponsor this luncheon. Please join me in viewing a brief video from IMG Artists in honor of their generous support. Great, thank you. Well, are there any representatives from IMG Artists here? Will you please stand? Please, anyone from IMG? Yes, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. After I complete my work at APAP, I am joining the Ballet Trocadero. I just wanted you all to know. I also want to recognize and thank our other conference sponsors. Their generous support makes it possible for us to come together here in New York each January. So as you can see, I need a slide of our diamond and gold sponsors, who we thank for their vital contributions to ensure a successful annual conference. We also have our silver and bronze and participating sponsors. Please give them all a warm round of applause. Now there's another group that's joined us here, and I'm deeply honored. and they provide us with critical funding for our programs and our operations and this conference. APAP receives generosity from many foundations and agencies as seen on the screen, and leaders and staff from most of the organizations have joined us for the event. So please give them a very warm round of applause. We can't exist without them, so thank you. Thank you. So there's another anniversary we're pleased to be celebrating this year, and that is our Young Performers Career Advancement Program, which began 20 years ago as part of our Classical Connections Endowment to provide leadership and professional development for young artists in the classical music field. The YPCA program, as it's known, has succeeded over the years with the guidance of our Classical Connections Committee and under the effective leadership of a tireless arts worker named Angela Beeching, who is passing the torch at the conclusion of this year's program to Nathaniel Zeisler. So please, Angela, are you here? Please stand, Angela, and accept our warm thanks for 20 years on that program. Thank you. And I wanted to mention that tonight we have our annual free performance at Carnegie Hall of the YPCA recipients. It's a fantastic music performance, and so you're all invited to attend at 6 p.m. Carnegie Hall. It is free. So at this point, I would like to welcome our fantastic, wonderful, lovely, charming chair of our board, Mr. Michael Blatchley.
Thank you, Mario. Leadership has been important to this association and its members for many, many years. Leadership at all levels. We have a long history of commitment and a dedication to developing young professionals in our field, mid-career professionals, and those that are looking into the transition to the next phase of their lives. On Wednesday afternoon of last week, we welcomed a new group of young professionals to the 15th annual Emerging Leadership Institute, ELI. They were guided through a series of learning and sharing activities over 3 days under the capable direction of Teresa Holden and Rosalba Rolon. Would Teresa, Rosalba, and this year's ELI participants please stand and get our acknowledgement? Thank you for your continuing commitment and participation in the Association of Performing Arts Professionals community. This past June, with the lead support of the American Express Foundation, we launched the second Leadership Fellows Program, a cohort of 26 mid-career professionals. Yes. We're pleased to announce that the first Fellows cohort have completed their 20-month program that's co-directed by Ken Foster, who heads the Arts Leadership Program at the University of Southern California, and the Association of Performing Arts Professionals Vice President for Programs, Scott Stoner. I believe most of the professionals are here today. Would members of the graduating cohort of the Leadership Fellows Program please stand? Get our acknowledgement. Thank you and congratulations. Hopefully you have noticed that many of these individuals are engaged as speakers at this year's conference, are involved in panels, are involved in committees and other ways of engaging with the field through the Association of Performing Arts Professionals. With the members of Cohort 2, please stand, and along with them, Ken Foster. We thank you and we look forward to your ensuring the future of our field in a constructive and positive way. We're also pleased with our continuing leadership a program that's in conjunction with the Bowles Center for Arts Administration and the assistance of their students in documenting and evaluating the Fellows Program. And in line with the leadership, I want to acknowledge and congratulate the recipient of this year's annual Halsey and Alice North Award, which was established in 2013 in honor of the longtime continuing service to our field from the good friends and colleagues, the Norths. This award is made for outstanding and continuous contributions to the field and the industry of APAP board members and advancing the work that is being done by all who are active in our field. Please join me in recognizing and thanking the recipient of the 2017 North Award, former Association of Performing Arts Professionals board member and currently Executive Director of ASU Gamage, Associate Vice President for Cultural Affairs at Arizona State University, our friend, Colleen Jennings Rogensock. If you haven't engaged with Colleen at some point during one of the conferences over the last few years, you've simply been asleep. Now to present the first award of this afternoon's ceremony, please welcome back our Master of Ceremonies, Ben Vereen.
Hi, Michael. Great job. Thank you. Master of Ceremony, that's I. Okay, we're running a little behind, so I'm going to talk fast. Thank you, Michael, for that wonderful thing that you gave us. Our first award is very important because it speaks to flow. Woo, don't you like that name? Flow. That means we're keeping it going. Of innovative programming, audiences, audience building, community engagement. It is the William Dawson Award for programmatic excellence and sustained achievement programming. And in the spirit of the anniversary celebration, we honor a dear colleague who has, over the past 20 years, curated programming for the New Victory Theater here in New York City. She has been described as both the taskmaster and trailblazer in the international movement of theater for young audiences. Ms. Lloyd annually programs a full season of approximately 15 companies with a mix of performing arts, genders, age range in order to appeal to the facet of the New Victory Theater audience's base. She and her team travels around the world, visiting international, national, and local performing art festivals and venues in order to present exciting and engaging works of quality production value to the New Yorkers and their families. She also founded and leads the New Victory Lab Works, a groundbreaking innovative design to spur the development of original productions for young audiences. This unparalleled program has significantly expanded the landscape by challenging professional artists in all disciplines to create their highest caliber of works with the family audiences in mind. Peter Boris, artistic director of the Children's Theater Company in Minneapolis, remarks like this. He says, "Mary Rose, you changed all of our lives, inspired the heck out of us, and challenges us to be better." It is our pleasure to present this award to Mary Rose Lloyd, Director of Artistic Programming at the New Vic Theater. Mary Rose, dancing up here and take your award. Bless you.
That's you. Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay.
Oh, I'd love to. Don't have to call me twice for a picture. Please. Photo bomb.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. It's a Mary sandwich.
Wow. Mary sandwich with Ben Vereen and Mario. Wow. Yeah. Hi, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Vereen, Mario, and the APAP board, Scott Stoner, the awards committee, all the APAP staff and membership for this incredible recognition. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can actually see this. I am, on behalf of the entire New Victory Theater team, so deeply honored to receive an Artistic Programming Award from this group who I revere so much and with whom I've been a part of since my grad school days in the 90s, when I was 14, of course. Back then, I didn't really know what a presenter was until I was lucky enough to get to work with Joe Malillo at BAM and learn from the absolute very best, or as he would say, the absolute very best. As a mentor, Joe opened my eyes to the possibilities of curating wonderful work for specific spaces, matching artists to venues and communities, both nationally and internationally. My experience as a presenter grew even more meaningful when I was hired by the remarkable Cora Khan, president of the New 42nd Street. Some of you may not know that the New Victory Theater is one of 7 historic theaters located between 7th and 8th Avenues, theaters which comprise the whole of the New 42nd Street here in New York. Cora and the board of the New 42 had the original vision to establish in one of those theaters what was incredibly missing from the landscape of New York culture, a theater dedicated solely to presenting the very best work from around the world for young audiences and families. Now, here, well over 20 years later, it means so much to us and to the entire field of live arts for young people that the New Victory is being honored for our artistic programming in this incredibly important field. As a matter of fact, this whole week there's been a swelling of passionate conversation around the importance of quality performing arts in the lives of children. From the APAP IPay pre-conference workshop last Thursday, led by the inspiring Sarah McCarthy and Boomer Stacy, to the 6th annual conversation on theater for young audiences, led by the indomitable Monique Martin on Friday, to the weekend symposium on #CreatingQualityTYA, co-hosted by the American Alliance of Theater Educators and the New Victory, topped off today, where focus is placed on artistic excellence in programming for young audiences. I've collaborated with this tribe of indefatigable heroes and advocates for the creation of compelling performing arts for people of all ages. And like them, many of you present work for young audiences. So here's the bottom line. It's our job to support, make, and/or present bold, extraordinary, visionary work for young audiences. Work that tells their stories and reflects their worlds. Every child has the right to have access to this work now, I'd offer more than ever. It is vital that we champion the building of and caring for our children's humanity, their ability to feel empathy, and to be curious about their fellow global citizens of this world. This platform of theater is a great way to do this, and not to create future audiences, although that can be accomplished, but to respect the intelligence and the imaginations of young people now, and to make work that they can absorb now. We must reflect in this work the diversity of our children, celebrate our differences, whether gay, straight, trans, black, white, Latino, Midwestern, Southern, East, or West Coast. Every child needs to feel they have an equal place in this world and can utilize the power of artistic expression to fight ignorance. So spread the word. Encourage our best, brightest, most incendiary artists that there need not be a demarcation line between the quality or the intensity of work made for adults as that made for young people. Take, for example, this conference's closing plenary speaker, Taylor Mack. He spent some time in the New Victory's LabWorks program, as mentioned, a program that supports the creation of new work for young audiences. He was developing a work, The Fray, commissioned by the Children's Theater Company of Minneapolis. Of course, the audience is, from what I hear, supposed to sit in a mud pit, which is awesome, if it's true, but Taylor Mack, y'all. And though he may not remember this, I met our very own MC, Mr. Ben Vereen, at an arts education luncheon in Ohio years ago. I remember how beautifully, and he did it again today, how beautifully he spoke about how the arts affected his life and led him to the places he was destined to go. Indeed, preach, Mr. Vereen. Lastly, I couldn't do what I do without the support of my staff, Callie, Lauren, Olga, and Isaac. And I don't just book and run. Every detail of every presentation is discussed and refined with our extraordinary marketing, production, education, and operations staff. And I work very closely with my friend and colleague Lisa Post, the Executive Vice President of the New 42, our fantastic board chair Fiona Rudin, our board's newly reborn Artistic Programming and Education Committee, co-chaired by Sharon Hurwitz and Herman Berliner, all under the incomparable eye of Cora Khan. We constantly challenge ourselves to ask what more can we do, and we do it with as much levity and mischievous curiosity as any other team I know. I wish for all of you that you have a work family as dear as mine. They literally carried me through the sudden loss of my beloved husband Derek in 2014, and then last year my dear sister Catherine. I was carried by them, and I was buoyed by the work. I'm standing here today because of it, and I'm very, very grateful. And I'm very grateful for the support. My gratitude runs even deeper for my fellow Roses who are here today from Louisiana, who dat, to support me, my big brother Guy, and my sister-in-law Kitty. They are my heart. In closing, I'll just say that most likely everyone in this room is here because when you were young, you were either part of a show, in an audience of a show, or a part of a family who provided cultural experiences for their children. Don't lose sight of that child you once were. Take that child into the great good work you do and connect with the youngest folks in your audiences to the end of your and their imaginations and back. Thank you.
Bravo, Mary. Bravo. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our technical director and editor of Arts Inside Art, Alicia Onstead.
Thank you, Ben, and good morning, everyone. I'm here to present to you what has become one of our annual favorite events during the conference, and that is our 5 Minutes to Shine award winner who performed earlier today during our 5 Minutes to Shine presentation session. The concept is something that we developed 4 years ago in conjunction with the conference theme, Shine. The aim is to showcase big ideas drawn from all sectors of our membership. And this year, we ask that the ideas focus on effective practices for engaging audiences. The guidelines follow APAP's partnership with the Wallace Foundation to highlight the research and examples of effective audience building by arts organizations and presenters across our country. Before I introduce this year's winner, I'd like to inform you that his program is automated, so any applause or any other factors that might arise in your heart and need to be expressed, if you would hold them to the end so as his flow is not interrupted. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you one of this morning's top shining moments and the 5 Minutes to Shine winner, Bremner Duthie.
Thank you, Alicia. My name is Bremner, and I'm up here from New Orleans. Should we begin? The strategies of the Wallace Foundation changed our life. They brought our work to audiences we never in our wildest dreams thought we could reach. And along the way, they terrified, delighted, and transformed us, providing multiple ways in, a thrilling, dangerous concept. The moment on a high bridge, bungee cord wrapped around your ankles, and you have to let go of control. You have to make a leap into the unknown. Here's our story. In 2012, our musical theater company heard the remarkable song by Mordecai Gebertig, Unser Städtel brennt, Our Village is Burning. He wrote the song in 1936 following a pogrom in a Jewish village in Poland and said he wanted the song to inspire movements of resistance around the world. Es brennt, Brüderleck, es brennt. Hoi unser eurem Städtel nebigs brennt. Take a stand, join a line, grab a bucket, douse the fire, douse it with your own blood, or let the village burn. We wanted to talk about the artistic community, so we focused on the moment in 1933 when Hitler took power. He didn't have enough power then to attack the communities he really hated, but he had enough power to attack artists. So he ordered the brutal repression of German theaters and sent artists to the first concentration camps. We learned about the El Dorado Cabaret in Berlin. In 1933, the Nazis raided the El Dorado and turned it into a local Nazi headquarters. We created a show, 33, a cabaret, specifically about these events in Berlin in 1933. Here's what we made. An actor tumbles onto a dark stage. When he turns on the light, he finds himself alone. His friends and colleagues have been arrested, disappeared by the authorities. To survive, the actor should run and hide, learn to be silent. But inspired by this song, he chooses to speak up and defiantly, joyously recreates the acts of the missing company. The funny man, the showgirl, the song and dance man spring to life. 33, a cabaret, says we grieve in sorrow, but we can choose to fight back with energy, humor, laughter, and life. The show toured across North America to great reviews. We thought we'd created a finished, successful work. But there was a problem. Were we respecting the wishes of Mr. Gebertig? Before he was murdered by a Nazi bullet, he said he wanted this song to inspire movements across time and around the world. We decided we had not achieved that goal, so we started again. We removed all specific historical references from the show, changing costumes, texts, images. We invited our audiences to decide on the time and the place and the struggle, and suddenly our show opened up to multiple ways in, depending on our audience. In Dallas, audiences connected 33, a cabaret, with Black Lives Matter. In Armenia, we opened a festival commemorating the centenary of the Armenian genocide. We've been invited to festivals around the world, and each gives us their own interpretation. The Wallace Foundation strategy of providing multiple ways in also pushed us to grow as performers and creators. I'm the actor on stage for this show, and I can't rely anymore on horrified reactions to Nazi symbols. Instead, I have to portray a human being struggling, and I believe audiences respond to this essential human battle. And finally, I hope the Wallace Foundation strategies allowed us to do justice to the extraordinary song, Unser Städtel brennt, which demands we speak truth to unjust political authority, no matter what country or what era it appears. But when I said providing multiple ways in was transformative, I was also talking about me, personally, and all the members of our company. We've performed at festivals in Edinburgh, Paris, Armenia, Macedonia, Moldova, Russia, Ukraine, and this spring we're going to Kosovo and Belarus. Our audiences tell us about old wars, ongoing battles, and this September we went as far as Kyrgyzstan. After the show, I went to lunch with one of the interns. I asked where she wanted to eat, and she chose, very surprisingly, the shopping mall and Nathan's famous hot dogs. Who knew they were a big deal in Kyrgyzstan? And like every 19-year-old in the world, over lunch, she showed me videos on her smartphone, but what she showed me were videos of Kyrgyz storytellers reciting the Epic of Manas, the centerpiece of Kyrgyz literature that celebrated its 1,000th anniversary in 1995. She talked about how it connected to our piece, 33, a cabaret. And I caught all the excitement coming off this young theater maker, and in that shopping mall in Kyrgyzstan, on the old Silk Road, clutching a Nathan's hot dog, literally dizzy from all the multiple viewpoints being offered to me, I realized this is one of those moments that makes all the struggle of creating theater worthwhile, and I would never be the same again. Thank you.
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you so much.
Well said. Well said. In the times of these, you need a voice like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, please, to the stage before lunch, the Northern American Performing Art Managers and Agents, we lovingly know as NAPAMA, Mr. David Wanen.
Hello, everyone. North American Performing Arts Managers and Agents serves the field by building and sharing knowledge and developing best practices. Now, our favorite time of year is this day when we honor presenter and agent manager colleagues who embody these practices and serve the field as role models of excellence. NAPAMA celebrates our colleagues' achievement in the crafts of presenting and artist representation, their track record of mentoring others, and their commitment to promoting diversity, creating equity, and practicing inclusion. One of the wonderful qualities that today's honored colleagues share is that they both started their professional journeys as artists. Michelle Roberge began her performing arts career acting, directing, and producing. In fact, she says the only job in the theater that she never did is operating a follow spot. If you know Michelle, you know the passion she has for all aspects of presenting. She approaches the craft with a sparkle in the eye that communicates her intelligence and creativity. In her 26-year career, Michelle is an example of promoting diversity in her programming, and as former executive director of the Carpenter Performing Arts Center at California State University, Long Beach, Michelle has stood up for and sacrificed for presenters' right to curate that diversity. Michelle's friends in the industry describe her as one of the kindest and most understanding colleagues they know. On behalf of the board and membership of NAPAMA, we thank you, Michelle, for your leadership. I'm honored to present the NAPAMA Award for Presenter of the Year 2016 to that very model of a modern arts presenter, Michelle Roberge.
Thank you. Thank you, David, all of my friends at NAPAMA. Thank you, all my presenter colleagues. Thank you. I hope you all realize the irony of this award. So you are saying I am the presenter of the year because I am no longer a presenter. There's a second level of irony, too. A couple of years ago, many of you know, Cal State Long Beach, the Carpenter Center, was the very proud recipient of a Creative Campus grant. And we spent 2 years all over campus with a huge initiative looking at censorship. In September of this year, I resigned because Cal State University Long Beach President Jane Connolly canceled a show that we had presented or wanted to present, Nigger Wetback Chink, because there was faculty sensitivity about the title. And that faculty sensitivity outweighed the value of the voice of an artist. And I couldn't live with that. During the B-Word Project, our censorship project, we brought censored artists from across the spectrum, from Bill T. Jones to Karen Finley to Judy Chicago to Tim Miller, Holly Hughes, John Fleck, Zarna Feezy, the list went on. And I knew I could never look those artists in the eye again. Indeed, I could never look all of the artists that we present in the eye again if I didn't stand up to censorship. Thank you. I have reconsidered that decision about 1 million times. Should I have stayed? Should I have battled it out? Should I have fought harder? But when the Dean of the College of the Arts also sided against us, I knew it was time for me to go. Your support and this amazing award have confirmed that I made the right decision. My job was to honor, protect, and create a performing space for both audience and artist. I loved my job, and I dearly look forward to coming back and being with you someday when I land in another spot. Until then, please know you have my deepest gratitude. I have worked with so many of you, and the minute I walked into the hotel after being not working since September and saw all of you, I thought, I'm home. Thank you again. Thank you, Napama. I will treasure this dearly.
This past year, the performing arts lost a dear friend and colleague, Liz Silverstein of Siegel Artist Management. We deeply miss her. And to honor Liz's spirit and care for others, her service to Napama, and her commitment to mentoring and equity, we are installing this next award in her memory so that it will always be known as the Liz Silverstein Award for Agent Manager of the Year. Today we honor Liz's great friend and colleague, Laura Colby, director and founder of LC Management. A classically trained modern dancer, Laura holds a degree from Juilliard. She found a calling as an agent manager, and her 20 years of service to the field include 2 terms as on the board of Napama, president of the organization in 2007 and 2008, 2 terms on the board of APAP, and 4 years on the board of Dance USA, a leading lady indeed. Laura built and continues to provide an exemplary internship program that has created opportunity for women in the arts for 15 years. She's a committed mentor and active participant at the annual Agents and Managers Retreat and represents a diverse roster of artists from many genres. Laura is well known for her leadership, courage, and natural grace. When I first entered the industry 9 years ago, Laura served as president of Napama. I never thought I'd have the honor of doing this right now, but I've been looking up to her ever since that first new colleague session. Laura, thank you for your amazing service. Liz is certainly smiling today. Napama is thrilled to present the first of its name, the Liz Silverstein Award for Agent Manager of the Year 2016, to Laura Colby.
Because I don't believe this has been said here yet today, I would like to pay respects to the Lenape peoples and the original caretakers on the land on which we stand, this island of Manhattan, the Lenape's ancestors past, present, and future. Being recognized by your peers is truly the deepest honor. I want to thank the Napama Board for this award in Liz's name. I want to thank Jeff Laramie and Mark Balin for nominating me to the Board of Napama on the floor of the 2003 NAPAMA membership meeting. Oh, yes, you did. And you set me up for 6 career-changing years of service on the NAPAMA board with my peers and colleagues. It's all their fault. I'm overjoyed that there are 7 artists here that I have the privilege of representing via my work at LC Management. Their provocative, outrageous, often totally unimaginable, gut-wrenching, poetic, and revealing work brings me daily inspiration. It is with deep privilege I represent their work and to be in the business of bringing their performances to you and your audiences. I'm thrilled today that my sister Allison Colby is here. She knows all of you. I would not be here if it weren't for the tireless work of the intrepid women who work for me at LC Management, Anna Amadei and Katie Diamond, who's not here with us today. I don't know how it's happened, but Anna has somehow managed to work for me for nearly 9 years. She keeps me honest, and I am so grateful to her and Katie, who are by my side and have my back through thick and thin. I want to thank my colleagues on the Dance Managers Collective. Who would have thought it would be possible for us to cooperatively schedule our dance showcases at City Center? There's some better practice right there. So this is our first APAP without Liz Silverstein. Liz was my first conference mom. We connected as dancers. And like any dancer, Liz approached life with a love of space, time, and an abundance of energy. She was hungry to make deep, lasting connections with people and approached her work with artists and presenters alike with care and accompanied by a firm grip. She relished the opportunity to dance with you and to share in community and to celebrate life. Liz was my first connection to NAPAMA. She spoke to me about the progress that managers had made in the industry since her first time, since she entered the field. She showed me that we must call things out when they weren't right, and that we must, and we could, and we can affect change, that we had to claim our space, find our light, speak up, and work to shift the landscape of the field. For the younger ones in this ballroom today, I say claim your space for yourself here and now. Committee work and board service were game changers for Liz, for me, and for so many of my peers, and it will be for you too. You are the future of this industry, and we are counting on you to continue this work for the artists of tomorrow. Liz's generosity of spirit was legendary. I can only hope that I live up to her name in her memory with this award. Thank you.
My queen. David, wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations to all our recipients. Okay, here's the magic words you've always wanted to hear today. Lunch. Enjoy feeding your body temple, and we'll see you in a little while. Enjoy.